How do you think the car culture in Corpus has changed over the years? And where do you see it heading?
So, man, I'd say there's a separation, kind of, but not really, because there's the hot rod crowd, and they have a hot rod deal in Portland. They have one in Corpus, and they have their own thing. Like, they do their own thing, and they have a Snapkiss deal here, and that's every last Friday of the month, and they are religious about that stuff, and that's all the hot rod guys and everything. And the import scene, it's slowly growing. We used to have Wayne out here host some car shows and get some stuff going, and it's kind of hard for us because it's like I told you, drifting's the skateboarding, and imports. You try to present something like that, people, you know what I mean? They give that thing,
like the oddball cousin,
but now slowly, it's like growing and growing, and like you said, with All Team Bash, they've been hosting at Whataburger Field, so they had been hosting at Whataburger Field, and that was always a good turnout. And now that we've been 2 years back here, I've talked with Kimo, and I said, "Hey, dude, let's team up." And he's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah," because I know he pays a pretty penny out there, and I'm like, "Bro, let me hook you up. Let me save you the cost. Let me do something for the guys, and let me help you out, grow your stuff out." So,
and it was a good turnout,
and it was a huge turnout. So for that turnout, we got to do a demo where we actually got to do ride-alongs. Nice. A handful of the drivers, I picked them out, and I said, "Hey, look, y'all guys have been kicking butt this year. Y'all have been doing it. Y'all have been consistent. Y'all have been doing what you got to do. Sorry, Tony, I didn't pick you. I know you didn't tell me." But yeah, he got benched. I'm sorry, Tony. He's in the G League. But we picked some guys that we knew can link the track and can keep a good consistency and that can put on a show for us and that have been supporting us because, you have your drivers that come out and do what they got to do. But these dudes at hardcore, they're the first ones to sign up. Wow. They're always the first ones at driver meeting. They're always making sure themselves plus everybody else is ready for that stuff. So I said, "Hey guys, let me help you out and let's put on a show for the crowd and make some money." So they were there charging $20-$30 a ride along, and dude, people were making $500-$600. Like people were banking. They had
people lined up at their cars, like waiting.
Yeah, I had both cars out, so I made a deal with my street car and I made a deal with my race car. So my race car, I had it turned down a little bit to 600 horsepower for the day, saved me some tires, and then the street car is one set of tires. So I was going back and forth from car to car, and I made it like a little bit more affordable in the street car and then a little bit more expensive on the race car. Cool. But man, I was back and forth, and I haven't driven that long in a long time. Word, man. I'm surprised my car took it.
Right on. What's going on, everybody? Tony Lamb in the chat.
Tony, sorry, Tony.
John Valderas, OMT Drift. What's going on?
Hey,
you passed my bet.
Thank you, OMT. Thank you.
Right on. Crash once and see what he does. Yeah, man.
But now it's growing more, and that's what, like we said earlier, when that happens right here, it just pops us back down. Now, as you say, with everything going on, I can't just when I have to look for another venue or we want to look for another venue, I can't just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, man, I want to drift in your parking lot." Right. I can't just say that because knowing with what happened and what's going on downtown or what's going on everywhere else, they're like, "Nah, I don't want another part of that." So I have to have everything, trying to talk to people, trying to present myself as a business owner and as an event host to say, "Hey, what can I do? How can we work on something? I've gotten the phone hung up on me. I've gotten a direct no. I've gotten hell no's. I've gotten a lot of turndowns, and people don't see that. And I'm like, man, dude, and all it takes is these bad apples to hit a little bit, and then boom, it just trickles down. And we've already had to kind of tone us on our events down because I had to, it's 2024. Like I tell all the drivers, sound ordinance is a huge thing. So that's what's shutting down. I mean, there's a track in Houston, the old NHRA drag strip got shut down. The San Antonio drag strip got shut down. Wow. They're building all these houses near. So nobody understands about the sound ordinance that, hey, this can shut us down. Like, and I have no boundaries I tell her, look, if you don't have it, you're not driving. Like, I'm a jerk about it. I'm straightforward about it, but you know what? It covers me and it covers our events because we got shut down one time and I had, like I told you, I had to pay the dues. I had to pay the time. Yeah. I had to do what I had to do. Luckily, the drivers, at the time pitched in and helped us out. But at the same time, it was just like,
all it takes is that one guy.
All it took is that one guy, and
one
that
guy to
one
be
bad
too loud.
guy.
and it
I
shuts
went
it
and
down.
shut it,
Wow.
you know, and I had to go talk to the judge, and I saw the cop camera talking to the person complaining about a sound ordinance. And back then, we didn't think of that. You know, nobody cared about that. There's a
Wow.
refinery right across the street from our deal.
Yeah.
So
on a highway.
on a highway. Yeah, and there's, you know, the 12 o'clock every day. I know that alarm goes
The alarm
off
goes
because
off.
I'm right there next to it is where I work. So
Yeah.
hearing all that and the noise and everything like that, I didn't think of nothing at it. And now I implement the muffler rule, and I'm like, if you don't have a muffler, you're not driving. I hate to do it. I mean, I love a loud car too, and
Yeah.
I like hearing it all and you know, showboating and doing what you got to do. But there's a time and place for that, and it's not here. Like, everybody has to understand, hey guys, we have rules, and that's kind of what I do here. Is you got to set a boundary for drivers to come in and like. Yeah, you can have your guys come in and just, you know, be reckless and do whatever. But if you don't set that boundary,
Yeah.
that, like they say, that one bad apple can ruin everything.
Damn.
So, yeah, it's a trickle effect for sure.
They could not like the rule and just, I'm gonna go do my
Yeah.
own thing or whatever, or
Yep.
something like that.
Yeah, and that's because I've had to kick people out of the parking lot for doing donuts in the other parking lot. And I'm like, bro, there's a spot right there. Pay me the entry fee and you can go do it. Like, it's, oh no. They got all mad that they popped the tire and I kicked them out and we were getting the cops on them. And I'm like, dude, if you would have paid me the money, you could have went and did that right
Yeah.
there. And I would have let you do your thing, bro. Like,
Did we talk about? We were talking about the police officers like before air, right? Like how some of them are, they kind of like
Yeah.
Like how do y'all deal with that? Like
So-
because there are some that
So now that the Greyhound is a no trespassing, I don't know what the exact law is at for there. We have a cop that stays there 24/7. He stands by, he watches it, because that's not only our lot, but there's some pipelines that run through there, and it's a private property.
Right.
Like I said, I don't know the name for it, but that guy is super cool. I provide his bathrooms. So I keep my bathrooms out there 24/7 so that way he can use them, you know, and he tells me, hey, they need to get service. I'm like, I got you, fool. Don't worry.
right, yeah.
But he's cool. Like with all this stuff happening, you know, he shot me. They, like Frank said, they don't know who's in the chats, but he shot me a picture of the flyer and said, what do you know about this? And I was like,
oh wow.
I was like, you do what you got to do with that. That's not
Wow.
me. And he's like, no, he goes, I know. He goes, man, dude, these people don't understand. I'm like, no, man. He's like, do they not know about y'all? And I'm like, yeah, they sadly do. Like, and people, like I was telling you earlier, people ask to do that, but it's just like, I would love to provide a playground for everybody to do that. But as you see, that one bad apple will set us down, and they don't understand that doing a standstill burnout peels up asphalt, and that's not cheap to go fix out. Like, yeah, we're drifting, but we're also moving while we're drifting. And I tell the guys and the driver, hey, don't do standstill burnouts. You know, you could chunk up the rocks, you can do a lot, and
You're wasting tire. Too.
you're wasting tire at that point. It's like, yeah. But you know, there's a
How do y'all get used to that anyway? Like, because I see all the smoke coming up from the tires.
Oh, dude,
At the end of the day,
it's a
you're-
mental
you're
game.
facing-
Yeah.
I'm on track and it's like,
I got a special toilet paper where I blow all the black out of me.
So right, yeah. So as far as that goes, like your car and stuff. So it's a rear wheel car.
Yeah, so I'll stop you there. Drifting is rear wheel drive.
Rear wheel
Go
drive.
ahead. Yeah, continue on. Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, no.
Rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
So obviously you got to keep the tires spinning whenever you're drifting and
Yes.
turning at the same time.
Yeah, because there's those front wheel guys that they do that. There's videos of them doing that in Japan and
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, so they do the front wheel drive. They'll they lock up the back and so everybody, we all used to do this in high school. Everybody used to put the trays under the back tires and go let
McDonald's
the
tray.
car slide and do that.
So that's basically. Oh, sorry.
no, you're good.
Listen to people over here. Who's that? Elias Mohammed, Justin Stans. Yeah, that's cool. Mark.
Oh, Nick Ali, my boy. Thank you
that?
for serving. Nick Ali, OMT Drift.
Hey, nice. George Salinas from Pure Precision. We need autocross and drift Corpus now. What's autocross? Is that a different type of?
So yeah, it's a different type of driving. So autocross, I used to do autocross from like 2020 to 2022. Basically, you're in a parking lot with cones set out, and you have to navigate. You know, it's a timed event,
Oh, okay.
and it's a 2-day event. You normally get about 6 runs each day, and your average is basically like your score. And certain classes, depending on your mods and what kind of vehicle and power you have.
It's a drift event, like
No,
it's just like an
it's a
obstacle
grip event.
course?
So basically,
grip.
you're
It's a grip. That's what we call it.
So you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can break it loose, but I mean that's not the idea.
Yeah.
It can be a front wheel drive, all wheel drive, rear wheel drive. You know,
Yeah,
any.
it's an all open
Yeah.
class.
So it's being able to maneuver that obstacle course.
It's more of like
as
a
quick
time.
as you can.
It's a time.
Like
Okay,
like a
okay.
time,
Yeah.
yes.
And
Okay.
if you hit a cone, it's like a second added. It's like you get like penalties.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So it's more like I guess you could say like real racing kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you're racing the clock and in a smaller.
Yeah.
Not an actual course because Corpus doesn't have like a road course, you know.
So you're into like so you work on the cars, like the actual engines and stuff like that.
We do.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah, mostly just for our stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like it can be time consuming.
Yeah.
Tony's meme. Don't let us work on stuff.
Yeah. So like, it got. We started doing like small suspension work and like stuff that we can get in and out because I don't like having a customer's car overnight.
Right.
You know, just because liability reasons and the bigger the job, the more it's going to cost. The more people are going to be like, "Hey, is my car ready? Is my car ready? Is my car ready?" It's like, guy, we're waiting on parts.
Don't be
They're
that
like,
guy.
You know,
Don't be that guy.
Trust the process.
like yeah. So we kind of got away from that, and now that we're more into drifting, the shop is basically just we're maintaining our drift cars.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's like every event, someone's hitting a curb. Shout out Tony. Or,
Neighbor. Don't forget neighbor.
Neighbors breaking something every event. So yeah, like the cars are just make one event, break down, back in the shop, wait to get
Wow.
fixed. Yeah.
Wow. And so what's mostly the
And Adam's
maintenance,
car,
like
don't
the
forget that.
struts or whatever you got? I mean, what's most of the maintenance that you see going through there?
Just like I mean, if you hit stuff, you're going to be replacing control arms and wheels, or
Don't forget the bolt checks, Frank.
bolt
The
checks.
Bolt checks.
Yeah, always bolt check your vehicle before you head out to the track because my stuff was loose as hell. But yeah,
Loctite,
tires.
if you're looking for a sponsor, we're right here.
Yeah. Nicholas Keith, I love Drift Corpus, and my friendship is. I've grown with so many people. Thank you, Justin. I've progressed so much and have an outlet to express myself and show out in a safe and awesome place. Yeah, that's awesome.
My boy Nick.
Nick,
Nick,
good guy.
man,
He can
he's
drive
the-
too.
Yeah, he can drive on a budget, bro. Now get it right, Nick. I love you,
Yeah.
but you do it on a budget and you're shredding, dude. Like it's crazy, man. Like we tell you, everybody sees, I need this fast car, I need this, and it's like, no, you don't. Like you can do what you got to do and learn it and keep it to where you can maintain it because like Frank and them tell you that it's maintaining your car. So if you build something at a caliber that you're barely learning and you're not ready, you wreck it, you do stuff, like it's going to happen. I can't tell you how many wrecks I've been in, how many curves I've hopped, how many people I've hit, how many times I've spun out, like not people as in
probably be better
standing people. Let me get that right. But like cars and everything else, running into somebody and doing stuff like that, it's a whole ball game. And I tell people like, look, buy a stock car, learn what you got to do.
Right.
Like don't overkill it because you're going to hate it. You're going to just walk away from it and just want to watch it. And it's like, do something that's affordable, that you can keep, that you can maintain. Because like Frank told you earlier, it is not cheap, man.
Right on.
I just bought 20 tires and they're not going to last me but a couple months.